Okay, well, the oxygen is back on, so that's good.
So this is the first fight that looks interesting. Like, there's lots going on. I'm seeing lots of warnings lighting up across the screen. Multiple crew members are doing multiple things. The more the game was like this, the better I would like it. And it's only like this occasionally.
God damn it, they blew up the oxygen again!
But we breathe that.
Good news is I think we're gonna win this fight. Yep, there we go. Okay, cool.
Holy shit,
And
that
now,
was clutch. Now we can all die if oxygen
Davion Skarn is
deprivation.
back as Virus, who
Yes.
has max and all stuff.
Oh.
Shit.
So wait, what does that mean? Oh my god, what is going on?
Oh no, it's Hector. Hector's dying. I don't care about Hector. I just want Scoops to live. Scoops is now my #1 priority.
What happened to the sick bay?
What do you mean what happened to the sick bay?
Do you guys not have a
don't have
sick
one.
bay?
We do have one. There was people in it. Oh my god, stop standing in the room with no oxygen.
See, this whole encounter.
Morons.
I want this game to be more of this.
That was actually very bad and super not worth it, but... well, maybe we can get to a store or something. In fact, I think we're right next to the exit, so... Put you in here.
Just enjoy a quiet moment, dear viewers.
Yeah, just a little reflection on what we've seen so far.
Okay, where do we want people here?
Virus should be captain, but Skarn, we're getting mutinied. Virus is now captain.
We don't want this guy piloting because there's a lot better stuff. You could. I kind of want to put him on weapons. I
But
think
he's
he's on
great at
weapons
everything.
anyway. Wait, who was on weapons? Yeah, I guess he'll be our gun guy.
If he has depth perception, that puts him in a category above our previous gunners.
Alright, let's go to the exit.
The question now is, do we trust Virus? He's been to the other side, and has come back different from us.
Is he still... Does he retain his essential Skarnness, even though everything else about him has changed?
Is he now Virus Skarn?
Well, we could change his name.
Alright, give it a shot.
And is
Okay.
Virus
Yes,
going
store.
to call in other viruses? Is the real question. Back to
That
your
is the
ship.
question. Yes.
Thank goodness. Okay. Fix all. Good. Excellent.
Alright, it was a pretty good run so far.
Not really. We haven't upgraded anything.
None of these guns are good.
Oh, so you
Sell
can't afford
small missiles
anything.
here. Well, we can sell stuff, so that's good. I don't want to spend money
We
on missiles.
desperately
Let's-
need ammo.
No. Can we get... Yeah, okay, we can at least get the shields up to level 2. And that'll help us a bit. Hey, scrap.
It is weird though, like... This game is about half decisions I absolutely love and half decisions that make me hate the game and never want to play it again.
Yeah, our weapons are pretty much worthless in this. Well, I guess we can keep nailing that and just run out of missiles. Alright, well... There we go. We desperately need a new non-missile weapon.
Are missiles generally the worst weapon in the game?
I rarely use them. Like, it's difficult to categorize any weapon as particularly the worst, because certain weapons are useful in certain situations, but, weapons certainly are... missiles certainly are pretty situational. Unless you've got, like, the right setup to really take advantage. You can get an augment that makes it so half the time you don't use a missile when you fire a missile. Do we want to try to buy a weapon from the sky? Sometimes it works.
Sure.
I told you this was a dangerous place. Do we attack the ship or learn a valuable lesson and move on?
We attacked them. No. You don't do that to us. We're dumb as hell.
Unfortunately... Alright, last missile... I mean, like, theoretically, this ship can win any engagement if it survives long enough and keeps the artillery gun working, but...
Okay, well, what point do we call it in this episode, just this week of episodes?
We've got, like, another, 5 minutes at least. Get to the end of this sector, I'd say.
Sounds good. Assuming we get that far.
Yay, their shields is dead.
Which is good, because being out of missiles, it's going to be kind of a grind otherwise.
Hey, surrender and don't give us back the scrap that you stole, but...
Oh, I used to... Okay.
More fuel is good.
We ain't got no missiles. I feel like this is the battle we just got out of.
Yeah, but they've got
that's kind of the
shields.
sense of this game a little bit.
So are those red slug people, or is it just red because they're enemies?
It's because we're in a nebula, our sensors don't work, but slugs are telepathic and they can see enemy crew regardless of the sensors, so...
Oh,
cool.
Damn telepathic slugs.
I mean, we have one on our crew.
Yeah, well, he's a Skarn. That's different.
He has pledged to the Skarn.
Right, he's not a slug anymore. He's a Skarn. Filthy slugs.
Shouldn't you take out their
filthy
engine?
rocks. Filthy humans.
Well, they're already kind of fucked up right now, so... Hey, we just pirated from the pirates. Let's put you guys in half. Here.
Really, I have to say that this has seemed, from my perspective, to be going fairly well, but I get the sense that that's not your assessment.
We're kind of behind on our scrap curve right now.
You want to be upgrading stuff more than we've been upgrading. We spent a lot of money repairing from that dumbass battle with the donut.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty rough, because, you know, it's always rough when games have that kind of slow demise. Where even if you're doing well right now, the fact that you're not, improving fast enough is a sign that you're going to die. I have trouble playing games like that.
That's one of the reasons I really can't sit down and play FTL. You learn pretty quick. Yeah, I'm alive now, but I'm effectively dead. I'm not where I need to be able to survive the next jump, and then there's really
This
no
is
reason to keep
still a
playing.
winnable run, I feel like, right now.
No, this
we are
is,
going to have to leave this particular match, or this particular fight, because we can't get through those shields.
But don't you just end the run and then just restart at that point?
Yeah, but you can only do that so often before it starts feeling kind of empty.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. You lack closure. That's the problem.
We found an ion cannon! Alright, let's upgrade our weapons so we can use these two weapons at the same time, and then let's also leave.
You turned off our oxygen. Oh, okay, you turned it back
No,
on.
I turned on our oxygen.
Everybody hold your breaths. I want to try the new cannons. That's some amount of paranoia right there.
Actually, I am going to turn our oxygen off for this.
Actually, holy shit, I'm definitely adding that to a space-based paranoia game.
What, that you have to turn off your oxygen to fire your weapon?
Yeah, like, I want to, like, have 5 different systems that you need to split energy between, but you only get, like, 2 energy tokens at a time. So if your shields are on, you're firing lasers, everybody's holding their breath and floating in the middle of their ship because the gravity's off. You're stalled in the middle of nowhere. Your computer's turned off, your lights are off, so you're shooting in the dark.
Sounds horrible.
That's paranoia. Paranoia is basically Schadenfreude, but your own character is the person, like, whose misery you're laughing at.
So is the reason we can't see the rest of our ship that we have, or we're in a nebula?
Uh-oh. Yes. Specifically, we're in an ion storm in a nebula.
Oh, I like their games.
Mm-hmm.
Come on!
Get Scoops out of there! Get Scoops out of there! Scoops is on fire!
Yeah. Not quite yet.
This is also a game that is a lot of... It's not a turn-based game, but there's a lot of pausing to make the intelligent decisions.
Right. I know everybody and their brother hates real-time with pause games, but I have always been a fan. To me, it marries the kind of openness of a real-time game with the deliberation of a turn-based game. I don't know why there's such an antipathy towards them in a lot of critical circles.
I don't mind them usually. Oh, there's no oxygen in... Yeah, there we go.
It's just kind of silly for, like, games that haven't built...
Blew up because of the fires.
Games that...
Have it, like,
Sorry.
where it's just, it's just, like, a part of the system, and, like, to manually pause may feel like cheating, perhaps, to them?
I can see that.
Not saying that's my opinion, because it's not inherent in the rule system of the game, necessarily.
It's not present in the fiction of the game, certainly.
Oh,
Actually, I guess
shitty
is
medbay.
Frozen Synapse turn-based? I think Frozen Synapse is just full-on turn-based.
I thought Frozen Synapse was real-time with pause.
What have we got 0% of? For the engine.
Because the engine is, well, because we don't have anyone manning the pilot seat right now.
To just float along in space. No one really needs to be driving, per se.
The ship's a Skarn too. It knows what to do.
Let's get rid
Or
of these Leo
can
missiles,
Skarns
'cause
just,
fuck
like, integrate into the ship system and just become the ship?
We've
The USS Skarn.
installed Skarn.exe on the ship's computer. It's like an alternate voice for Siri, but for a whole ship. I was briefly attached to an independent game project where I was asked to come up with a few pitches for like what the story was going to be, and I was actually really sad that we didn't use the one. But it's like a dystopian future where like kind of a technocratic society mandates that all ships be driven by artificial intelligences linked with like the main computer. And like a rebel ship has grabbed just like the first AI program they have lying around to try to like jury rig it so that that AI is running the ship instead, so they can maybe like make it sympathetic to the rebel cause. And what they do is like basically in the future, like stand-up comedians and like, you know, your Jimmy Fallon and like your Jon Stewart types, like record their personalities on like to like some neural network so that they can generate like Tonight shows in real time based on emergent news trends. And they basically dig one of those out from a long time ago. And so you're like this past comedian, like talk show celebrity type who has no idea what you're doing, who's like put in charge of running the ship. And kind of the reason we did that was because we knew it was going to be a game like this where, you know, new players might not know what they're doing. It might just sort of be farting around and getting blown up. And even if they do know what they're doing, you know, there's a lot of possibility for failure. And it would be sort of like an ideal excuse for the ship maybe not doing so great, even though it's run by a computer. Also,
All right,
it gives like the crew an excuse to explain things to you.
So we won that last fight, and I think that's about it for FTL here.
All right. That was about how I remember it, which is to say,
Osted.
not really interested in playing it, to be honest.
I really like this game. You guys are all weird.
I like the ideas. I want more games about controlling spaceship systems. I want less RNG and fatalistic death gamey gameplay.
I do find it strange that, like, this game was wildly successful. I find it strange that they never followed up on the obvious thing where, like, what if we just didn't have this roguelike system and it was just exploring space?
Right.
See, that's
one of the
what
most
I want.
popular mods for this game does that. Like, I'm surprised they never bothered to make a game like that.
That's interesting. I didn't even think that there'd be a lot of mods for this game.
And there's a Star Wars mod, which is kind of wacky, because it's like, oh, your ship is a Star Destroyer, but your Star Destroyer is the size of the Millennium Falcon, and it's like, okay.
Oh, you gotta try.
Yeah. Right, next week we will be back with Horizon Zero Dawn, and Skarn has homework to catch up on everything that's been happening in that game.
Oh boy. I thought you were just going to like straight up say, and Skarn has homework to catch up on. And like go to
Skarn, the perpetual school child of spoiler warning, has homework. He's gotta get in bed by 9.
Oh.
You know, I hate to make all of our longtime viewers feel even older than they already do, but the other day I was watching a family member, a very young family member, like a young cousin type, playing Portal 2, and somebody turned to me and said, "You don't still remember this game, do you?" And I'm like, "What?"
Oh god.
And I realized that game came out 7 years ago when I was in college.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm
Bye,
not depressing
everybody.
them. Bye.
Thank you for that thought.